So we are going to continue from where we stopped yesterday. Let me just try to cancel some of these things. So, trying to load them up. Right. There is a part I want to show us how to rename column before we move to how to perform some joins, some group by merge, right? So I want to show us how to rename column, but I can't remember where. I want to search for that. Okay, yeah. Is it here? I think it's here. Yeah. So in case you imported your data to your pandas, right? And you want to change, you have to change some columns. And how do you do that? And what am I saying is that just like we always do in Power Query, if you how will I put it, if you connect your data source and you are trying to do some cleaning, right? You know that sometimes the column names coming from the source might be different from what you wanted to use, or so maybe you want to give it a better name for your own easy understanding, and maybe for other team members that will be working on that data, right? So likewise, when it comes to working with pandas too, yeah, you can actually rename our column, and that's what I'll be using here to see how I can actually rename it. So we have two styles that we can use to rename it, right? So one is this. Okay, so let me load this particular data frame itself so that we can first see what I'm having inside, right? So let
hello,
me.
Paul, please help us zoom a bit.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Is it better now? Is it okay now?
It's fair
Yes,
now,
yes, it
but
is.
it can be better.
All right. So sorry about that. So I want to load this particular data frame before. I think the data should be somewhere. I don't want to load this one. df. Okay. Let me just do like this. I want to look for the rows coming before it. Yeah. Okay. This is what I have before. Right. As you can see now, these are the headings that is coming from that data set. If you remember, maybe I'm going to share this notebook with the convener so you can try to get it across to us. So these are the headers coming from that data set, right? But peradventure I say, oh, this one is showing EST. And like, oh, this thing is not too good in EST. I need it to be in date, right? So just like the same way that we'll do in SQL, that will make use of our as. I'm sure most of us, if you are familiar with SQL, you should remember, you can use as so something to rename a column. Exactly in pandas too. So if this is the column name coming from the source, but because you want to start analyzing your own data now, you want to work on that data now afresh, what do you need to do is that what you can rename that column. And how do you do that is what I have here. I want to see if I can move. Might not be able to move. Can I move it? Not be to move. I wanted to move it to be closer to each other. So because when I was working on those scripts, I was just writing. So as it was coming, I was just jotting it down. So we might want to change this EST now to date. And how do you do that? We have a column that you can use here. Can you see there is something called the name? You call the name of that particular data frame. Don't forget yesterday when I was explaining to us what data frame is, and we can have multiple data frame. As you are cleaning one data, you can be tying it to another data frame. You can even be giving that data frame a easy name that will be easier for you. Maybe when we continue, we'll see. Let me try to show us some of what I'm saying. You can see this place now. I'm giving it a name here, filter df, filter this. So we are doing group by name. You can put, oh, group by this, group by that. So that why, when you are trying to work back on that data subsequently, you are going to remember, oh, this was what I was doing on this particular data. So, okay, I clean it up here, then tie it to this particular data. They can continue your work from there. Either way is fine. your query will always work. But just for easy understand. So this one, I have it inside my D5. Then I want to change the name of all my EST, maybe temperature, as many columns that I want to rename. There is a method, let me call it a method called rename, that accept all these arguments, right? That accept all these arguments. So you can see I'm calling df.file, means I'm calling this data frame above now, rename. Then what did I want to do? Rename columns. Here now, I'm passing something I call array. If you are familiar with array function in Excel, when you talk of your test split, your test before, your filter function in Excel, right? These are some of array function. And what do you mean by array function? They have capability of should I say outputting more than one value, right? More than one value. So they can reduce an array of a value. So likewise, when it comes here, because I want to manage multiple rows, right? I want to change some rows. So I'll just come here. I'm going to specify the old column name, then come by with what? The new column name. Old column name, then the next new column name. Old. So if peradventure now, let me come in here now. You want to change this data now. This is the one that is bringing it in now. You can give this particular data frame. I can give it a one, say maybe new df is equals to 5, df5. So you already assigned this data frame now to this one. So any changes that we'll be doing now will be on this one, not that you'll be affecting the one coming in from your data source. So that at any point in time, if you want to reference one coming from your source, you can just call this this df5. Hello, are we get what I'm saying? Do you get what I just
Yes,
said?
we are.
Okay, great. Because this one that I'm doing now, I'm altering directly from the source file. So anytime I'm calling my df5 now, it is the new should I say the new clean data now that I'll be having. But if I know that I don't want to tamper with the one coming from the source, all I just need to do is what? I just tie it to a new name, just something like this, new df5. So I know that, oh, this one is new. So any changes that I want to do will just be on this one. This one will still maintain his what? It will still maintain his name. So for eventually, maybe I want to start under clean, maybe I want to remove some columns. I can use that one coming from the source afresh. But because I started my analysis with this one now, I've definitely altered it from here now. Any result that I'll be seeing from this place now has actually changed what is here, because by the time I'm calling df5 ds5 now, it is the new column that I'll be seeing. I won't be able to see the original coming from the source again. So if we are trying to do our own too, we might try to follow what I just said, but for the sake of what we are doing now, let me just show us I'm saying. I say new df5 because I don't want to change maybe what is coming from the source now. Say ds5 is equals to df5 here now. So if I call my now, I say new can you see now new df5. So if I call this particular now, then I can reference this out and log this now. You can see now this one is one coming in for my data source now. So any cleaning or any manipulation that I want to do now, I'll just be making use of this new one. I can come here now and say, because I want to rename column now, say this one now should be here, which means that this my df5 now is the one coming from my source. So if I want to use my df5 now anytime, any day, I can call this df5 in itself and use it, because why? I'm not altering it. I already, the one that I know that I want to alter, I already tie it to a new one, to a new data frame. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. So yeah, I just got new df5 dot rename. What do I want to rename? Columns. I'm going to put all the columns in an array format. Yeah, let me call it an array. Then I'm going to specify my new what? My new column, followed by my old column name rather, followed by my new name, right? Temperature, maybe because I want to change temperature, then my new name. So you keep on, if you have more columns that you want us to change, you have more columns that you want to rename. It's just like you are renaming names in Power Query actually. You keep on putting comma, then followed by the old name, new name, old name, new name. Then at the end of the day, you put it in place true so that pandas can like, okay, these new ones coming in now are the ones that you actually wanted to come inside of them. So if I come here now and I run my new df5, so let's add one more column to change. Let's say maybe this sea level pressure in, right? Let's change that column. See, I'm going to put it inside code. In pandas, like I said yesterday, is case sensitive. So anytime you are writing, let's be careful of that. It's case sensitive. So if you are writing something, it might not go. So you might need to watch your codes and see how you are writing them. So this one now, I'm going to put my sorry, I want to put my apostrophe here. So you see this column that I'm putting here, it's just like demarcation, so that it's going to signal to, oh, you are done with old names. Now you want the new name to what to come in. So I'm not going to put the new name. Let's say the new name, we just want it to be abbreviation of everything. SLPI. That's what the new name I want it to be. Then I'm done, right? So I can run this query now. Let's see. So let everybody, okay, let me run the df5 itself so that I can see the df5 first. Oh, because I've altered it. So that's why it's showing this. Okay, let me go up and do it from up, right? So let me do it from up here. Because that's what I'm saying. I've altered the df5 to a new name. So that's why it's loading at this point. So let me just go up and copy this code that we just did above, right? So please, we are doing our own. Don't follow my unethical practices. So let me block here, right? Because I don't want it to load here. I want to compare what we are having before and the new result. So I'm going to open it here. Then run here now. Can you see what we are having now? We are having this name now, right? Now, I want to now make use of the new column that we are bringing in now. I'll now use, I think if I run this one first. So I need to run this new one, right? I need to run this new one. Yeah, so I run this new one now. So let's test what we have inside our new column 5 before we edit it now. New df5. So let's see what we have inside it now. Can you see now? This is what we have now. We've not edited it. Now I want to do the editing now. Then I'm going to comment out this. I'm going to comment out this because I'm already done with it. So I do not load. Then here, I'm going to have this now because why I want to modify what is inside this is my data frame, which I'm sure everybody we are on the same page with what I'm saying. Please, we are not clear, let me know. So I'm going to run this now. Now, can you see now it has gone? If not, I will have seen some errors, right? Now I want to check what is inside that data frame now. Can you see now? So let me bring display df5. So let me see, this one should load both of them. It's not loading, but can you see what we have? Let me put this one too. I want to see me both of them should load so that but this is only executing the last. Okay, yeah. So I can see both of them now. Can you see what we are having before? Can you see? We are having EST now, but now I've changed that EST to date. We are having temperature now, but I've changed it to temp. The sea level pressure in now, I've changed it to SLP. So is it clear to everybody? Are we good? Can I proceed?
Yes.
Thank you. So that's how to rename column. If you are loading data from your Excel file, from your CSV file, whatever it is, call the name column, then specify the name of column that you want to do. And peradventure you want to change all the columns name too. You can follow this style here. So this one is going to change all the names of that column. You get what I'm saying? You know, like this one I'm having here, because I'm actually editing I'm renaming some columns inside that data set. But peradventure I want to change the entire column. I can use this to give it a new name. But you need to ensure that total numbers of columns you are having is what you are specifying here. If not, your query is going to return to what? It's going to return to an error. It's going to return to an error, right? So that's it for that that part. I will share this notebook with Mr. Tokwe so he can share with us, right? So because query sometimes is always much to memorize, especially as we are learning, right? So till our hand is very strong. So can always have this in our archive. Oh, I want to name a column. Always go there, right? I have many scripts that I've written like that. So I know I can't remember everything, especially with that not working with Python in the real world. To memorize some of all these codes they are sometimes difficult, right? So just ensure that you have all these functions in your archive so that anytime maybe you want to prepare for interview and it's involving Python, you can easily go there and learn it. So that just it, right? So I think I have another style here. If you want to add prefix and suffix to your column, but though is on a rare note that we'll always be making use of it, but just to show us. So what's prefix? According to the name, pre-suffix just based on what we all taught in school, right? Same thing happens here too. So I can come here and say df5 column. I want to rename it. I want to add prefix to it now. Column this to all the columns. I want to add it. Suffix this. I want to add it. So if I execute this now, then I come here and say let me comment this place out. Then let me comment this one too. Oh, yeah, let me just put the F5 here. So can you see now? So because I've added this what we call what add prefix to column underscore. So in this sense, maybe you having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as your column. So you now want to add by default column to it. These things still exist in Power Query. We have something like this too in Power Query actually too. So I have Power Query too like that too. So these are just we can replicate it in our pandas too. So just call a function called df dot your data frame name. Don't let me say df this one. Then call this method or call this function call what add prefix. Then what is it that you want to add to every column that you're having with you? You want to add what column underscore. So that's why I say that everything I'm having here now, there's column underscore there. There's column underscore. Can you see now? We're having column everything because why? I'm actually adding it as a what as a prefix, right? So if it's suffix that you want to do, yes, same style follows them. Same style follow them too. So suffix, yeah. If I'm bringing this one, yeah. If I'm bringing this one down now because I want it to load after this one has been executed. So I'm going to run this now. Okay, this one is loading. This one is loading on that data for me. Add surface. Which the 5 is this one loading like this? So it's loading another data frame for me. Oh, I've seen where the challenge is here because I have many data frame inside this. So just to see uh what's happening. I want to run. Please, who knows the shortcut to run this thing? I not to be going up because I don't know the shortcut of this and because I actually zoom. Okay, yeah, it's back. And to define this thing, go. Uh, where is this page? Oh, surface. So let me just find it since. Okay. Yeah. So this is it here now. Thank God. So if I run this query now or code now, why is it showing me? Is it showing me this data df5? What happened? it should be showing, but it's just reading from another data frame actually. It's like I have many data frame with my df5. Well, this one should be the last one. It should actually be reading for me. Let me refresh. Let me refresh my notebook. Just wonder why. Hmm. Because I want to show us how the surface too looks like. But if it's going to take much time, I'm going to skip it. Right. It's the same thing that is actually showing me. But what happened? It should load. I'm expecting to load this particular data set. Or okay, let me do like this. Let me load this data itself. Yeah. So load this data itself. So now let me execute this one again. If you say I should zoom, that's why I cannot see this. Yeah, okay, I think we are fine now. So can you see now? It's adding underscore data now to everything. Let me zoom out again. It's because if I want to run this query, I hope there is shortcut for it. So I can be using the shortcut. Shift enter. Okay, so I'm making use of shift enter now. So I don't have to go up again. So this is how Surface works. Same thing we have in our Power Query too, right? But this just how to do it in Pandas too. Is it clear, everybody? How to rename column, how to add prefix, how to add surface. Is it clear to us?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, good. So let me move to here. We are coming to do group by. Okay, let me talk around missing value, handling missing value. So that sometimes whereby we load data, maybe incomplete, and we are trying to look for how to handle them, right? We have like 3 mix that I specify here that I'll be doing. So let me load this particular data set here now. Let me load it first to say here. Can you see now we have some missing value here, NA. And if I open the data set where there are 6, so let me just find where there are 6. Okay, yeah, this is the data set for that where there are 6 now. If you can see now, I want to split my screen so that I can all see it. Uh, Yeah. Can you see now? We are having empty cells. Can you see this event rain NA? Here we're having NA. We're having NA means not available or not. I think not available. We're having no value there. So how do you handle that in your pandas, right? So we have some styles that we can use, and one is this. Permit me to quickly add this for us because I might just notice it now. If you are working with data in your pandas and you have a date column, right? And you want to format that particular date to a date. Yes, let me say to you, they want it to be like a date data type. Let me copy this one out so that I can show what I'm saying. The way this okay, from here. So let me cut it from here and show us what I'm saying. Let me duplicate this. I think that's what I should do. So let me duplicate. So in case you have a date inside your column and you want that date to be formatted as date. So let me run this again so that we can see the difference. So I'm going to run this code again now. Shift enter. Can you see how we're having this now? Can you see the style that this date is having now? Because I've not passed it as date. That's why I'm having it in this style. So if I venture you have a date in your data set and you want to do some manipulation with it in pandas, you might need to format that particular column to be a date. And how do you do that? And that is where these particular ones come in. Let me comment it and put this one here. Yes, can you see this one? You now do past date. If you open your Power Query, if you go to your date, when you come to your is it transformation or add column in your Power Query, that particular place whereby you're able to extract year, months. How many of us know that place in our Power Query? How many of us? Hello? How many of us know that place in our Power Query? Nobody wants to talk. Or nobody can hear me.
We
Ah.
can hear you clearly. We can hear you clearly.
Okay, so this picture where I see, I'm just, what am I trying to compare and contrast with us, that so that you will not see like what we are doing here is new, I have not seen it before. Most of the things that we are doing here, there are things that we've been doing with Power Query actually. There are things we've been doing Power Query. So if you know that, oh, it's something that I've been doing in Power Query, it helps to catalyze our rate of assimilation. Yeah, let me just use it like that. You know, oh, this thing you use it, yeah, okay. Just like you are not learning something, just like you are learning in another aspect, another tools of how it's being done. That's just it. This past date here that we have it as well in our Power Query. We go to your transform or hard column. You see your date, one date icon by your right hand side. From there, you can pass it like this. That's exactly what this one is doing here. So this particular day, actually, by the time the analyst observe, now say, this is a date. You now want to format it to be like what? To be like a date. Then you have to add these parameters to it. A lot of things you can actually get in pandas. So if you go to this place, let me say pass dates. Pandas, yeah. So a lot of should I call it argument or something, or that actually, can you see these are parameters that you can pass inside your what, inside your read CSV. It's just that the only one we are always working with is this five part. So the more we are learning, the more we know when and how to make use of all these ones. This separate here now. When I was learning pandas, then you can, if you are loading a table, because PDF, you can read the table as well inside your pandas. In case we did not know, let me see pandas read table. There's pandas read table. So these are parameters can actually pass into it. If you want your pandas to skip first row letter, second row letter, you can do all those ones with pandas too. Likewise, that date is here. If you can see the past date or something is here. So that's how I'm able to pass it. Your read CSV has the capability of you passing in all these parameters inside, but not everything that you need. Just like as time goes on, as we are learning, we know when and how to use them more, right? So just to show, so I want to maybe I'm bringing something that we are not familiar with. This is pandas documentation. Anything that you want to do, maybe any course that we've done, some aggregation, you can come here and come and read what we call their documentation. Why is it important is that don't be too in hurry to watch YouTube or to know what YouTube know about the application is fine. But when you master it to some level, find time and come and read documentation around it. Why is this so? Is that when you read documentation of a particular tool or software, it helps you to be well grounded. It helps you to know the limitation, especially when it now comes in terms of your performance. Right? You might be getting your results using this one and maybe using something like this, just two different things. Now maybe you are using pandas.read and you are using maybe pandas.read CSV now. By the time you read the difference, pandas.read and pandas.read CSV, you're able to see the one that is performing better and the strength of one against another. But if you did not read documentation, you won't be able to know when and how to use them. That's just how it is. See a lot of all these parameters that are here now. This is the definition here. Very simple to actually read. And any areas you did not understand, can actually watch YouTube on it, right? Like I said, this is just a boot camp. So just to walk us through some things that might be needed, right? So you come here and you pass it as a what? As a date. Now let's see what happens now when I pass it as a date. Now shift enter. Can you see now that the style is not different? Do we get it? Do you get what I'm saying? That is true. The style of the date is not different. Do we notice that?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
that just so which means that this particular column now is now being seen as a what? As a date. Why is it so that maybe time comes now, you want to run your matplotlib for your visualization now. You now want to do by date. You want to show like a line chart now. You know that for you to perform like a line chart now, you have to be comparing your categorical variable against a what? Against a time variable like date, time, and all. So, but if this particular column, which is not formatted as a date, it will be difficult to perform something around that visualization. So in case you are wondering why did I need to pass it as a date, what is showing to us before is just like a text, just like normal way we have or showing here. It's not like a date. So we cannot run our time line charts and all. But immediately that we've formatted it to be something like this now, we can run our line chart on, because why? It's already seen it as a what? Like a date that can run line charts, that can see how we are trending, something like that, right? So other ways is just by the way to learn that one. We can make use of our field now. This field now, which is called pillna, where we have not available. Then you can say, well, fill it by 0. If you remember this place now, it's showing us NA here, but because I already do fill NA with it now, with 0. I'm seeing 0 there. But though this is not best practices, because it's every value is just by default, it's just applying 0 to all of them. Right? It's not best practices. And why is it so that we cannot just assume and say because this column now does not have any value, then it should be 0. You can see it does not actually go in line with it, right? But just a means of handling errors in Python. Peradventure, maybe you don't get the actual value that's inside that column, and you don't want to assume, right? You just want to put it as it is. So you don't want this any to be. You just want it to replace with 0. Then you can make use of what? Of this fillna. So this fillna or fillna, if I'm pronouncing it right, is going to look inside all your data sets, all your data frame. Now this time let me use data frame. Data sets in Power BI, I already get used to it. So all this your data frame that you have here now is going to scan through it all and see where you're having NA, which is not available or something. Then it's going to replace them with what? With 0. That's why that you notice here now, 36.0. By the time you come here now, you are seeing 0. Can you see? NA here, you are seeing 0. Next NA, you are seeing 0. Next on 90, you are having your 90. This place now, you are having NA. You go and check 9, you're having 0 there. This one too. So with free len A, you can just place your entire data frame with 0. Is it clear? So we have another
Yes.
style which I'll be showing us as we are proceeding. So what now happens if I venture that you don't want to replace everything? I'm sure most of us should have said, oh, but what happens if I did not want to replace all my entire data frame with 0. I want to be able to select some columns. I just want to replace some columns with certain values. And then how do I do that? So that's when data dictionary, I'm sure we have taught that data dictionary when we talk about is it key and value or key and pair, right? I'm sure my colleague did justice to that. So we'll be doing that here now. So what I need to do is that first thing is I'm going to create a new data frame. Can you see now? This was the example of what I was saying then. So I'm not altering what is coming in for my old data frame. I'm actually tying it to a new one, which is this one, new df9. So the more I'm doing my manipulation, I'm actually tying it to a new name so that I will not alter this my df9 itself. So this one now, things I want to do now, I'm tying it to a new df9. Then I'm going to call in my data dictionary. I hope nobody has challenge with data dictionary because it's a tool that you cannot escape in pandas, especially when it comes to work more handling multiple columns, right? You actually work with dictionary a lot. So well, I'm just going to declare dictionary, and how do you know that I've declared dictionary is this square bracket is always there. Or is this square bracket we call it, or curly bracket, or curly braces? I don't know. But this one, let me zoom it again so I can see very well. So it's, once you declare it here. So you already show that whatever you have in there is your dictionary. So next thing is what? Call the column. You know that I'm doing fill NA. Don't forget that let me bring this one out off so that we can get the code will be easier for us to write. Yeah. See, now when I wanted to do this fill NA, you can see that I did not specify, just say fill NA 0. Means I will go inside of the data set and put 0. But this time around now, I'm not trying to make it more dynamic. Instead of me coming here now and put 0, I'm not replacing this 0 inside here. The 0 inside here, now I'm not replacing it with the what? With the dictionary. Or should I call it Python dictionary now? So what I do is that I'm not specifying each column and what variant I want it to replace. Oh, whenever you see fill NA in my temperature column, replace it with 0. Wherever you see my wind that is no value inside it, replace it with 0. Wherever you now see event, replace it with what? No event. That's why you notice that this one, then when I ran it the other time, even the raining or something was showing us what? 0. Because my first query or my first code that I executed here, I already passed general 0 to not available, empty fields or empty cells in there. So this time and now, I'm now handing the column one by one. So temperature 0, wind speed 0, events. If you're having events, say down is space, just say no events. So that's why that when I check out the query, the codes now, I can see now it's now giving us what? No events. Yet is giving us no events. Everybody, is it clear to us?
Yes, sir, it's
Hello.
clear.
Yes, yes.
All right, good. Thank you. So that's just how the final. So you just example like because I always love people to get some of these things right, especially when it's a live class. 50% of us might not even have time to go and watch it again. So that's at least this 0 instead of you going here to replace all the entire value, right? That's why I just pass it inside my data dictionary. So this whole data dictionary now just like putting my 0, replacing this 0 with my data dictionary. Then just got the name of the column, then the value that should be. So let's say for example now we change temperature now to 1. If I run this query now, shift enter. Can you see now? It's giving temperature what 1. Wind speed. Okay, wind speed is still there. It's not giving any, our wind speed will not have any value, missing value for our wind speed. So that there's no value there. That's just how it is, as you can see. So that's just how to undo the missing value or blank value or blank cell inside our pandas, right? So next thing I'll be showing us is what we call the feed forward and backward field. And what does that one mean is that your pandas is going to look at the data above, then replace it. If you say fill backward, it's going to look at data before it then fill it upward. These are just something that we have in Power Query. So when you are doing fill down, you are doing fill up. If you want to know more about pillna documentation, right? Just copy this documentation. It's not difficult to know. Just learn the one you can learn, right? You can just paste it here. If you want to say about pillna, so let's see pillna pandas method here. So let's see how it's been done. So it's going to tell you what it's going to accept. Can you see the pillna value, none, method? which is what I'm having here. The method is what I'm filling in it here. So if you want to know what are the methods that you can pass there, you can just scroll down. You scroll down, you're able to see more methods around it. I think I'm not opening the full. I'm not opening the full one. Let me just search it afresh. So I want to show us something. Fill now and that, right? Because I documentation for everything. It's not like how did they know this? How did they know this? They are there. Can you see now? It's already here now. So these are all the parameters can take. You remember the first one I did? I just do fin and zero and everything was done. But this time around now we have more parameters that can even be you can even pass inside it. So if you go here now and find methods, where is this place? So I'm trying to look for this one I wanted to show us, right? But I want to see where it's giving us about the documentation around it. Can you see now? So method, when I come inside method now, these are what parameters I can pass in my method. Call what? Backfill, which is called what? Vfill or ff or none. So you want to know the meaning, they are now here now. Fill value by propagating the last valid observation to the next valid. Fill by using the next validation observation to fill the gap. Right? We'll be testing both so that we can understand what I'm actually saying. So now let me come here now. Fill FA here. So let me log this one first. Don't forget what we have inside our what's it called? Our diff F9. Our F9 itself, this it here. So now I now want to put in my field now. I want to pass method inside it now. Say oh, field by method. Then I execute this now. Shift enter. See what I'm having now. This place I'm having NA before. But because I'm using what? Feed forward. I'm using forward feed or feed forward, either one that comes to us. You can see now it's automatically filling it by the what last. And don't forget what the documentation says here. Fill values by propagating the last valid observation to next valid. Can you see now? So this is the last valid here. How can I do it so that we can see? Can you see this this first one? Can you see here now? We're having NA. There's no value there. So that's why when I come here, when I run the fill NA, it's replacing it with 36 because that 36 is the last valid one. That's why it's placing that value with 36 automatically. Even though in the real world, if you are working, might not be using this style because there will be too more bias in our data. Because how can we just assume that because the last one is 6, then 36, then the next one following it should be 36. Right? It does depend on kind of data we're analyzing on how serious that they are. So if I venture they are really management type to make decision, I need to verify how to get the original data. Right? Next thing is, if you notice again, we have our NA here, 9 and 10 can see now. If you go here now, 9 and 10, this place, can you see now? He's picking the last what? The last 45 that I show here, then using it to propagate this through here. That's just what it is. Because of what? This method, feed forward. It's just like saying fill down in our Power Query. If you have used, how many of us have used fill down, fill up in Power Query before?
I've not used this before.
Oh, okay. So it's just a mix of cleaning data. Just a mix of cleaning data. Maybe I will share a data cleaning section I did that involve around that fill down, fill up. So let me paint a scenario of how
It works like
we
if error, bah, on Excel.
it's not like fill error in Excel. So let me just paint a scenario. Don't
No,
worry.
if
So get what I'm
error.
saying. If error is just to undo error, fill up, fill down is just to don't worry, you get what I'm saying. Now let's say for example, you have May 2024 now, right? Then you have, let's say you have list of people name and maybe the permit. Just examples, not just for us to understand. So you have people's name A, B, just various names, so they are not real. So because you're already done with these people for the month of May now, you can come here and come and do what? April. So what is this place telling us that automatically means that all these ones too, they are what? They are for May too. But because you don't want to be stressing yourself, you just decide not to work, not to that, because you already know that once May is here, is that May that will fill up to them, right? You can do for April too like this now. This April. So you don't want to fill in April, because I already know that everything here too is April. You come here to you do for May. I get what I'm saying. The person that spoke last. Do you get it what I'm saying now?
Yeah, I understand this now.
Yeah.
So you know that
Uh,
now in Power Query now, you can easily just do something called fill down. So what's that fill down? That fill down is going to take your value, the last valid one now. It will be pushing it down till it gets to where it's getting under value. Once it's getting under value, it's going to pause. Then pick that one that is pausing on to populate it down. So exactly what this forward field tool is doing is checking our last value, which is 36, then populating them down, populating them down. If they might not be best practices in this kind of case, if possible, we can ask the source owner of that data to provide the data so I can get accurate of it. But if you are dealing with something around dates like this, you can easily fill down and fill up. That does not affect your data because automatically shows us what we have. So that's what it means. That's what it is, right? So next, be showing us we have the backfill. Backfill is just like from the bottom. This one is going from 36, 36, 36. The other one I'm going from 90 to this place, just going backward. Let me uncomment this out so we can see how it works. So let's say this place I'm having 36, 36. By the time I'm bringing in new value now, it should be replaced by 19. So I run the shift, enter. Can you see now? You are now having 90 instead of you having 36. Why? Because of what? B fill. So if you come to this documentation here now, you read it here now. Fill value by using the next valid observation. You can see this one was saying what? Last value. But this one is saying what? Next valid. So this one is looking ahead. Then this one is looking before. I hope it's clear, but in case you are wondering, in case you can even hear the both of them, can say this one backward, this one forward, right? So that's just how the both work. They help us to populate our data from the bottom. Help us to populate our data from the bottom. So that's just how it is. That's just how we can undo. That's how we can handle our NA, our empty cell place value in dataset. And we have what we call extrapolate too. Extrapolate will just help us to calculate based on what we have in here. Because let me say calculating the average. So let's come here. Let's see the documentation around interpolate too. So can come here just read about the interpolate pandas. Can see here now. So we have various methods that we can pass to, but by default, we have it to be linear. So that's what it's just telling us here. But you can pass various things to it for your method. You can pass linear, you can pass time, you can pass index, path. That's a lot of values you can actually pass inside it. For me, I'm not passing anything. Right? So just get it for me randomly. And by default, it's using linear for me. So you can see here now it's getting 5472. So it's checking based on the time and dates, or should I say time and that we're having here to calculate what this value here. I think that's just what is actually using because it's going to be tracking this and say, oh, this one moved from 32 to 36. I think that's just how it's calculating. I don't know how he's actually calculating it though. I don't know how he's getting his idea from. I don't know how he's getting it though. But that's just how interpolate works. It's going to run those query himself and see where can actually calculate the value for us himself. Comparing this value underneath it to, it's going to compare before and after all those values. We're able to arrive at this what at this 72 and 54. So we always be doing that itself. So that does means whereby we can handle another missing value inside our data. And we have this drop NA, which means that what any column or any part that we're having empty values, just delete them. Just delete them. We don't need them. That's just what this NA is all about. So when I run this NA now, you can see now the NA has removed all the places that we are having NA. See now, if we come to where's the first one? So let me comment all these others out so I can compare the data. Let me bring them out. So now obstruct us. Yes, so if we check here, it's still far though. NA here now, we're having our NA Oshun Oyo, which is row 3 and row 4. We come in now, we will not see them again. Can you see now? Because I have said what drop NA. So drop NA means it's going to drop the entire row where we are having what errors. It's going to drop them. It's going to drop them for us. It's going to drop them for us. So that is what NA does. So it's not right to you're having data set and you're just dropping rows because they're empty. It's not right, right? But those are just variable means that I can provide for us on how we can actually undo them. So maybe you only want to analyze data now that you are not having errors, you are not having empty there. You can just do this NA. So this NA is going to remove any rows that did not contain anybody. It's going to remove them for us. So that's exactly what that one does for us. Any question on that part, everyone? Any question?
None for now. None for now.
Okay, okay. So before I move to merge, right? So let me do the one we are familiar with. So we can come back to merge later on. So let's do join. Yeah, I think I did something around join. So let's work around join. You remember yesterday, I think I was telling us that we can get our data frame from two sources. One is what series and data frame or something, right? You can convert series to our data frame. So that's why I started like this. So we're having one series here, second series here. Then at the end of the day, I'm able to convert it to a data frame, right? So I'm going to convert it to a data. So if I run this data frame now, we're able to have this, which is what is loading for us here. I shift enter. So that's why this space is loading. So the second one is here. So I tag it second data frame, first data frame. So I want to perform all the what's it called that we always do in our SQL, inner join, left join, and all. I want to perform it on them too, right? As well. So how do we go about that? We are here. So because I want to do for inner join first, how do I start is that like you are joining two tables now. Right? Let me just use that name, or two sources now, or two data frame now. You're actually merging them into one. So we need to give it a new name here. We need to give it a new name to use. So I'm giving that one what df. You can give your whatever name that you like. pd.merge. This pd, don't forget, it's just like a object of our pandas that we imported at the beginning of the query. So which means what am I merging together? pd.merge, just the way that we have renamed the other time. Likewise, we have this what pd.merge. So what am I merging together? I'm merging my first data, which is this one. I'm merging the second. Then on what am I merging then? in our SQL now, it's just the same thing as saying inner join table 2 on t2.id now. Means what? We are joining that table up on that particular ID. Same thing that we are doing here. So we should not think maybe we are doing something different. No. We are looking for should I call it primary key, or say a connector that will join our first and our second data, that will join them together for us. That's exactly what this ID here means to us. Just like in our Power Query too, if you want to do merge, you need to select the column that you should be joined, not just where this on comes. So it means that, oh, I'm joining it on what? ID column. So which means that whatever column that we are going to put here must exist between our two columns. The ID must exist between, and they must have the same name. It's equals to we have this type. Okay, how is the joining type that you want? I'm sure we're all familiar with the various types. And inner join means when you are connecting with what is common between the two tables, right? Like the query is going to check, or the code is going to check, oh, okay, ID1 here is ID1 exists here. It's going to combine them. ID2 is going to combine them. This one, this one. So it's just going to what? Return the columns that are what? That are same to us. That's just what inner join does. Likewise in SQL. And in the real world, where did they make use of something like inner join? Because they're working Python now. Example is you have attendance for last week and attendance for this week, and you were asked to say, oh, what are those that came to work last week and they came to work this week? They want to know them. Or those that were present last week and those that are present this week, and they want to know them. Then how do you get the result of that? It's inner. Because inner is going to give you the list of those that actually visited last week and this week, or that were attended sections. I'm just trying to paint the scenarios for, so that you can know this inner, how do I use it in the real world. So start by saying your what? pd.merge your first data frame, your second data frame. On which column should you join them together? On what? On ID, not on var1. How should they be joined together? Only what? Inner. So which means that return to us where ID and ID here, they exist together. So if I run this query now, shift enter, we are only seeing these two now. Can you see now? We are only seeing 1 and 2 ID, because those are the columns that we actually use. Is it clear, everybody? Can I proceed?
Now, please take the inner join again. 1 second.
So the inner join is just to check what is common between the two data frame. I can call it table now in our SQL tool now. So I want to combine this table, but I only want to see where they are the same ID, which means that if I'm combining this table data frame second here now on this ID of my first data frame, it should only give me where my ID that exists here also exists here. Anywhere that they are not the same thing, should not return them. What am I saying in summary is that it's going to compare on what ID. It's going to come in now one. Okay, I'm having one here. Is one here? Yes, one is here. It will return this row. It's going to come next one. Two. It's two here. Yes, two is here. We return it. Is there 10? No, 10 is not here. It's not going to return it. 12 is 12 here. 12 is not going to work. It's not going to work. That means at the end of the day, it's only going to return 1 and 2, because that is the table, or that is the ID that is common to the both tables. Is it clear?
Yeah, it's clearer now. It's just things like an intersection.
Yeah, just some intersection.
Yeah, it's clear now. Thank you very much.
I agree. So that's just how it is, right? So that's just how in our join. So you can see here now it's only returning 1 and 2 because that's where we have the data sets at intersected or intersect. So next is the left. Left is just like it's going to check what you're having on your left table. Just the same explanation that we have it in SQL. Let me just use that term. It's going to check what you have on your left table against your right table. The anyone that they are not the same, it's going to return what? It's going to return NA for them. Just like example now, it's going to take your your ID now 10. Is 10 available here? No, 10 is not available here now. So because 10 is not available on this table now, it's going to replace this value of these true values. It's going to replace them with what? NA. So if I run this query now, shift enter. Can you see now? Because 10 exists here, but it does not exist here. So it's going to replace it with what? With NA. Likewise, the one for 12. Just the same thing that I've been doing in our SQL. It's going to return it here too. So in these cases, is that how do we know in the world? It's just that we want to do those that came to work last week and did not come this week. We just want to subtract them. So we just need to be very careful on the position that we place our first data frame and second data frame, because they are the one that will determine our output. But for the sake of what we are doing now, the first data frame that you put here, whatever data frame that you put here is your first frame. Even though I'm putting second data frame, I'm putting here, the first one here that I'm putting is my first. If you remember our SQL very well, very well, same thing that will happen here too. So that's just it. It's saying 10 here, but it cannot get 10 on this row. So it's replacing it with what? With NA. That's just what is happening. Can I proceed, everybody? So likewise
Yeah,
for
sorry, please, I have a
likewise,
question.
okay.
Okay, yeah, so my question is, so in this case, you're merging two tables. So it's returning everything in the first table and second table. So let's assume we have, let's say, 5 rows in the first table and 3 rows in the second table. And you don't want it to return everything. Let's say you want to select some columns to return. How
Yes,
are we going to do that?
I think yesterday I was so now one is yeah, where can I see those selecting some columns? I think I should. So that's why I'm saying that we'll be everything that we'll be doing, we'll be putting it inside the data frame. So this one that is you merge now, you put it inside one data frame. Now, by the time you want to select column now, is that data frame that the one that you've cleaned out that we now put. Let me try to find that particular place. I'll say that we select some columns. Column. I'm trying to look for the place. Oh, where is this place? Selecting column or something. There was a part yesterday I was saying that in case we want to show only 2 columns, select. I can't remember because this notebook is really long. There's no value for it. I have it. I think we did. I think I was showing us yesterday. Um, okay, I think this is it. I think this one should answer it. So now, if I copy something like this, so let me come to the bottom. I think I'm having down at the bottom. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Which maybe it should still be at the top. Okay, I think is it here? Say join. Why this script is too long. So yeah, I want to go back to that one that we have before. So we can go back there and follow this now and get our results. That is what I want to do. So I want to look for join. Same join. Um, Saying it again. Okay, yeah. So this now. So let's say, for example, now you say you want to say maybe you only want to select some columns now. You know that this result that you have now, this is the column. You can come here now, say df, right, and call the name of the column that you want to see, maybe id. Maybe you only want to see column id, maybe var1 var1 underscore x. Then I can delete the rest and say we don't want to see the rest. Only this one that I want to see. Something like this. So yeah. So I put it together now. So if I'm running this query now, it should return df false. Where is it running? But x is not in the index. What happened? Sorry. It's still returning. I'm coming to see. I'm coming. I'm trying to say I can tie it to, let me say, maybe df2 is equals to df. Yeah, it's equals to df. So I can come in and say df2. So I think with this, I think we should have right answer here. Because Panda just like you is not returning it. Is it the one different from how what's it called, ISP works? Because normally whatever result is bringing up for us, df should where the filter from there now. So suppose not to return this, or suppose not to return this or query false. How come? So I don't know why query can sometimes can be funny. Saying df. df is returning this. So now from this df, if I'm changing, if I'm selecting the value actually, supposed to um because I'm actually selecting the some columns out of it. So I should actually pick only the column that I get. Don't know what is wrong. I even thought to my mind so far that in case that I don't want to display the entire, let me say for because actually selecting some columns out of it, this should actually run. I don't know why it's not. No, why it's not running. You know, maybe I will use that as an assignment too. Because then you're supposed to return only this column I'm selecting. So this column I'm selecting, and I should do this. Can you see now? It's returning only the column. Are you there?
Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Because I was wondering why. Can you see now? So it's
Yes,
turning only
thank
that.
you.
So what we just need to do is just to put it in a data frame again. Or I'm just put it in a list because the result you are getting it through this list. So you are filtering it here now, you are selecting it from this place. So it's whatever columns that you specify that's going to come up here. It's going to come up here. So that's just how that one works. So let me try to put the query back, right? So that when it's sharing the notebook with us, it will be able to have access to and keep it. So you can make it like your pandas dictionary anytime you want to work. You can be working on it and see like your dictionary. So if you want to do anything, you can easily come here and see how it's been done. Because it's not all these queries, all these functions or codes you can remember. But if you know that you've done something related before, you can easily go there and then what? Copy it out. So same thing works for right, same thing works for outer. Outer is just the same thing that we know to be, whereby it's going to combine both your output together for you. Let me show us what I'm saying. Output is going to combine the two tables where they exist and where they do not exist. It's going to what? It's going to combine them out. That's just what outer is all about. Can you see? So from your top here, it's giving you your value for your left table, and from this down here, it gives you value for your right, and from the top here, it gives you value for your inner. So outer join actually combines all the table together, whether they match or they exist or they not exist on each other's table. It's going to combine them together. So all your inner left and right, they are all what you are seeing here. All your inner left and right, they are all what you are. The above here is your inner. This one here is your what is your left. While this one here you have what is your right. So this is how what's it called? How join works in the SQL. Mr. Topper, sorry, what time am I posting? Let me try to answer. I'll not dial too much. Hello, Mr. Topic, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's actually meant for, let's say, 2 hours.
All right, good. So let me see what else I have. Okay, concatenation. So in case you want to concatenate two data frames together, then how do we do that? So let me display what we have inside this first data frame. What we have inside is the data frame before I now run the query for us. So next, let me display this data frame one. Uh, can combine tables together in your data frames too. Your pandas too. So let me run this one so I can see what we have. So you can see what we have inside our first one. Sheet enter index. Why is it giving index? Here. Okay, let me comment this place to out. I've not got any to show them there. Why is it giving me this? Line 7. Where is this index? It's not the index error, it's throwing index error. How come?
It seems it's it seems it's still factoring out that one that is
I
indented.
think this one. I think this one, Abby.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's fine. Thank you. So you can see now what we have inside our data frame one. Right. So let me uncheck this one. So let me run it to df2. Let me even display both of them. So I can wrap it up here. It's inside this one. Okay, see the two that we are having now. We are having this data now. So I can actually concatenate them together. Then how do I do that? And that is where this whole function comes in. Forget this display that we are seeing here. Display just to make, just to ensure that that report show or the output is being printed actually. See what we are having here. Now we are having what pd.concat, pd.what.concat. So me making use of pd.concat shows that what I want to concatenate to two data frame, maybe one or more or three data frames together. That is what it say here. So first one is I'm going to specify the first data frame that I want to do, which is here df1, which I just displayed, so which is this one here. Then my df2, which is the one here now. I'm going to put it here. Then keys. Keys is just like let me go to the documentation so that we can get it very well. And that's that. So this documentation really helps a lot when we are trying to practice. In case you want to learn how to write them very well, right? This pandas documentation definitely helps a lot. So key. You can see the keys is here. That's the parameter I'm actually supplying. Can you see? So if we come here now, we should be able to see, yes, this is if multiple level partial content to go. So that's just what it's just telling us what that key is all about. So that key just means on what basis I'm actually joining them together. Okay, join them together for me, key one. But I don't know what is actually using as key one. Some things just says this thing, this one that's right. You just see the documentation and watch it and see how it works. You may not be able to see how it's going. But let's run it. Let's see the result we are going to have. Maybe I'm able to go to get the key. Let's see. Then display shift enter. So see what okay. So I get what it's doing. Can you see what it did now? So the work of the key one and key two just to separate them for me. You can see instead of these two data frames that are existing in silo now. But with this concat now, I've been able to join them together. So key one does mean that it should show me the first data frame in its key. This one too should show me in this what in this key. That's what it's showing. You can give it if you're having maybe you're joining three together. So I just want to separate this so that I can know okay, where is the one? Where is the one for data frame? Where is the one for data frame two? That's exactly what this key one and key two are just doing. So just trying to should I use the term how many of us know we call schema in SQL? How many of us know we call schema in SQL? Okay. Logical view of our database. That just exactly what this one is doing. Just helping us to group them together. So everything is under the same column header, which is what pay. But it's letting us know that oh, from here to here are the value for key one. If you check this value now, 3, A3, B3, this is the value for what? For one. That's why it's showing us what key one. So why is this important is that if you are outputting the result and you are combining them, once you make use of key, right, to apply keys to your report, it helps you know the one that is coming from what one data frame. I say, oh, this one is coming from one data frame. This one is coming from second data frame. So if by venture now you want to maybe want to correct or you want to edit any one that you have in here in this place now, you can easily go to the particular sheet that has it and correct whatever that you want to correct, right? Then we have another one here, which is by axis. You can concatenate by axis. So if you come to the top here, let's go to the documentation. If you see axis, yeah, can you see axis here now? This axis here. So you can put axis one, axis two, and all inside. It will definitely accept it for us. I'm trying to see if I can see to hear this. Can you see now? So columns 3.0. So let me close this box and let me execute that those ones, the new one that we have. So we can compare the results to say shift enter. And I'll give you what I want. Okay, so let's get in this one actually. Unexpected, let's say here, unexpected index. Where is this index
Oh,
coming from now?
you're using single line comments. You also need to comment it out too. That intention.
This one, have you?
No, the last one. Up.
This where? You see the run
Um,
presented view. He said that it's telling me the run itself that is telling me. I know why. Don't mind these
uh,
pandas. But because I want us to be able to get to, it'll be better if I'm putting it on a straight line like this. Right. Can you see what we are now having now? I'm combining them now on a single axis. Now. See the way the output looks like now. The output is far different from what. Can you see how the output is different from this now? So either way that I want to, but I think using this as its one is okay. But in the real world, are we going to be able to to concatenate? We rather join. I think we rather do more join than make concatenation. Let me update that concatenation. So that's that's exactly what how to concatenate and that's it's all about. Does anybody have any question for me before we proceed? I think I've shown us this. Right. Can I proceed? Hello.
Yes, sir, you can proceed. You can proceed.
Thank you. Let me look for another part. I think I have a part. Let me go preview for that. So we can work on that. So this is an example of n rows. So if we check around the parameters for this are with CSV, right? And you want to limit the numbers of rows that it should show for you, you can make use of this n rows. So this n rows here is going to reduce the numbers of rows that you are going to see. Even though your normal data set, you have rows up to 1 million, but you only want to work with maybe top 1,000, top 500. Just come to this your n rows here and put the numbers of rows that you want to see, and you are good to go, right? So this one reminds me. Do you have anybody that tried to export to CSV out?
No, sir.
Try it.
So
This
we've actually not practiced. So we find it difficult to practice while you are explaining.
okay. Yeah, I mean
So
maybe after the class. Maybe after the class. Maybe we tried.
no, no.
Okay. No, because this thing is the data is actually showing in CSV format, but the data is inside, but it's not actually showing as it's not showing like a fact that somebody can actually read. So let me use the I'm coming. Give me like let me ease myself. Give me like 1 minute. I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. So there's a part I want to show us on multiple filterings of column. Okay, group by. Should even do group by too. Okay. We have group by and that one. Then we are done for. Okay, we have 30 minutes more to go. Let me find that particular one and show us. Merge. Okay. Should I bring goodbye now? Let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah, this filtering. Okay. So yesterday we were talking around some filtering yesterday, but I think I got some bigger ones to, yeah. We can see this data here that we have here. This data frame, which is called what? Name, age, and score. So I intentionally did not come up with should I say big data set so that it's not going to look like jargons to us, right? So that's why I just come up with small data sets that we can actually get around ourselves, right? So see this data set. I want to filter it by age, where the age is greater than 30. And that's what I'm doing here. Name and the age. But you can see that this space is not giving us the age because I already filter out the column here. So let me just say I'm commenting out this, then I'm running this now. So it's showing error. Let me see. So in case it's showing you an error here, you can just come to this last part. This last part will provide you where the error is actually wrong. Like I'm trying to see of queries log df agent. What's happening now? Age. What happened to the age now? Why is not loading? Key error age. Well, the age is here now. I've run this query before and it works. Maybe I've run this query before, but the age cannot be here though.
Start from reload the data itself. Let's reload the data itself.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at though. Maybe okay, let me change. Yeah, if I'm loading it here, that means you should change the data frame for me. I think that's where the issues come. So let me change, maybe it's seeing another data frame tied to it. So next data frame 20 or data frame 0. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I get where it's coming from. So if I come in, I put 0 here. I put 0 here. So I'm having C here before. C is not defined. Okay, great. Can you see this? This one, we've done something around it yesterday though, whereby you can filter based on certain value, whereby where the age is greater than 30. I remember we did something like that because I wanted to take it a step further again. But now what happens if you want to filter by two columns? You want to filter whereby the age is greater than 30 and the score is less than 90. You are making use of the AND function. In that space, you can make use of this method, or should I call it a function called what? Query. You can make use of a function called query, right? So using this query now help us to able to perform this AND df query, then which means that we'll query this particular data frame that we have here based on what? Based on the arguments that we are passing here. So where our age is greater than 30, it's going to come and check where do we have our age greater than 30. Our age is greater than 30 at this space, right? This criteria is met and this space is met, right? But next, we now have another condition where it is what? Less than 90. Now, so this one now, it will be dropping it off because here it equals to 90 already. and we are saying what? Where it is less than what? Where it is less than 90. So from there now, it's going to come and say, oh, this one is actually what? Less than 90. And that's why it's able to return this query for us. Do you get what I'm saying, everybody? So if peradventure you want to filter by multiple columns. So if you have multiple columns, more and more that you want to do, just keep on putting and be specifying the columns that you want to filter it by. Then that's what will be executed at the end of the day. Then another way around, if you want to filter, you don't want to follow this. You don't want to follow this query function. Right. You want to perform your AND here. Age is greater than 25 and score is greater than 80. You know, like this time around, we are actually working between two columns, right? Age and what and score. So what do you do is that let me split. Let me see how can I split this thing for us to understand. I'm looking at I can do because I know this thing is a bit nested. I'm trying to look at how I can split it. Okay, so let me do like I think I've gotten one. Oh, wait, what do I do? So I'm having one here. So I'll bring it like this. Right? Just for us, I'm trying to find a way we can understand it. So we're having another data frame here. Yeah. So this is it. This is how it works here. Can we see it now? So the first column that we want to filter it by, we are going to wrap it up in a bracket. The first one, where the age is greater than 25, you wrap it up, and where the age, this single sum, don't maybe somebody remember here yesterday when we are trying to do something around filtering by two columns, right? And the score is actually greater than what? Than 80. So if we check our data frame that we have here, greater than 25, less than 80. This one that actually, okay, greater than 80. This is the column that actually match it. That's why that the result at the end of the day is actually return it here. So this, should I call it the square bracket that we have in here? It's just like a list. It's just like a list that is going to return this. It's going to return this on normal day. That square bracket that we are seeing is going to return this on normal day. But because we've already passed these actions or this code inside it, so it's going to determine what value at the end of the day this our data frame is going to release. That's why we have this. Because inside this our df square bracket, what we have inside is this entire data frame, right? But because we don't want to see this whole entire data frame now, what we now want to do is that we now want to see it only those that are greater than 25 and greater than 20. So we need to fill in the criteria inside this box itself here. Just open your brackets, call the name of the column. Don't forget that when we started yesterday, I showed us how we can actually filter by one. Maybe we want to see temperature greater than 50 that we are doing. But eventually now want to filter by another column again. Just put it here and create another data frame for it to filter it. So if you want to filter more columns, to just do your and put the name of the column and your condition, maybe greater than 25, less than or equal to 25. You keep on putting it inside. And the more you put it, that's what will be passed to this your frame that we have here. This your list here, based on whatever condition that you have in between. So it's just like how will I put it? Before the output is going to come out, all the ones inside here, they are going to be executed at first. They are going to be executed at first. Don't worry, I will share these scripts, this notebook with Mr. Tope. So he's going to send it to us on the group so that if we are doing a personal reading, I want to test run, we want to see some things out ourselves, right? You can easily go by there. So what happens if you want to perform your OR function? I'm sure we all know the meaning of OR. Who can tell us the meaning of OR?
So if any of the value is true, our output should be true. That's for
Okay,
the
so yeah. So the or you just stating that one condition just need to be true. One, just one of them. So either is greater than 25 or is greater than 28. So if you check now, it's giving us all this result because it is in or. Look like our hand, whereby the criteria has to be true. So this one, once one of the criteria is met, is true already. So that's why we're able to see that we're having all the parameters that we're having before, because one of them actually met the criteria. That's actually what happened. So if I say here now greater than 30 here now, we should definitely have separate value. We should get separate results. Oh, greater than 30, okay, greater than 80. Okay, greater than 30. Yeah, so definitely we always have everything. I was trying to say that I can do the manipulation such that we are going to see the effect of the or, because if you say greater than 30, this one is greater than 30, but this one here greater than 80. So let me say less than 80. So let's see. So just for us to see, the result should be, can you see now the result is now different this time around now, because here is greater than 30 and it's still less than 80. Here too is greater than 30 and it's still less than 80. But if you check the one that did not give us, which is this Alice, Alice is not greater than 25 and Alice is not less than 80. It's actually greater than 80. So that's why I did not return this place. Is it clear? So that's why, in case you are wondering. So that's just how uh, our all works. That's just how our all works. It tries to check for either where the criteria are actually true. So this is how to perform not. If you want to perform not equals to, you know that not always doing in our SQL. I think not in SQL takes this shape or either this style. I think not. Oh, sorry, I want to put exclamation sign. Not takes either this style. Right. So same thing, but when it comes to Python, this is how you can perform your what? Your own notes. Your own notes. If you want to perform your own notes, just this same way. So you say where age is not greater than 25. So just find it. If you come and check now, where our age is not greater than 25. At this place, age is greater than 25 already. At this place, age is greater than 25. It's only at this place that the age what? The age is not greater than 25. And that's why that is only returning only this age for us, right? Nobody, the script will get to us so that we can practice more and more. So I have something. Okay, what happens if peradventure that you want to do all the aggregate function as a whole, you want to do it together, right? We can make use of this function you call aggregate. Then you can pass in as many value that you want. You can see here now, I just pass in my sum instead of coming here and be doing dot sum, dot mean, dot mass, dot count. So because I'm using this aggregate now, I can easily do what? I can easily combine them together here. And as you can see here now, it's summing up mathematics for me. We check mathematics now. 9 plus 8, now is 17. 17 plus 7, that's 24. This is the sum for 24. What is the minimum value for mass? 7, and it's correct. What is maximum value? 9. And it's giving us this, right? So this is just how we can write an efficient code in our pandas. Instead of we doing maths, dm mass dot english dot sum dot aggregate, we are getting each score separately. Remember what I'm saying? What I'm saying is this. I want to get for mathematics now. We always come and say df thing and do something like this and do maths, capital letter M, and do maths. Then close if I can say dot sum, just something like this. So let me comment this place out so that it will not load. Then I put in then I run it. Why you have maths? Is it not correct? It's right now. Okay. Is my English not right? I'm right now. How come? Error. I just wanted to sum up. I wanted to sum this math himself, but I don't know why he's throwing error though. I don't know why. But it's same thing that we did here now.
I think it's still the same thing. Run the data frame first again before you run the
Okay. Okay. So let me try that. Still, okay, let me add X now. Let's see. Hopefully it will work. Okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I can see now that it works. So instead of me doing all these things one by one, do for math, do for English, I can usually make use of this aggregate function here. They can help me to what? Get all the results for them. Don't worry, the script will be shared to us, so we can practice extensively. The last part that is on my mind to show us before we call it a day, then given for question and answer is group by. How we can perform group by in pandas. Mhm. Okay, I think it's here. I'm able to get this style. So let me find. There is another fine one I did. Uh, let me find it. This query is module. Okay, yeah. So you can do our group by. Right. This is a data set, the data frame that I'm having here. df. Okay, let me run this data frame again so that we'll not be having the same error that we've been seeing before. Shift enter. So I've run the merge. I'll skip this merge. Merge is just like we are doing the join and all. So that's why I'm skipping it. So now, if peradventure now we want to group this, data now, maybe based on the events by the aggregate sum. If you remember in our SQL, you use your group by in combination with your what? With your aggregate function, maybe some sales group by location. So by then you're able to get your what? Your sales by location. Yeah, exactly here too. So you can try to do your group by and put the columns that you want to sum and the column that you want it to be divided to. So yeah, how do you perform your group by function here? Can you say yes? Let me try to comment. Yeah, can you say something like this now? I'm grouping this now, event. I'm grouping by event by the sum. What do we have for events? Rain, snow, and weather. So it's going to get all the should I say distinct or unique values here now. Then sum it up for us. Yeah. So if we check now, rain is giving us temperature that on an event that falls under the temperature that we have in was 75. If you come under rain and say this is the rain and check for temperature, temperature here we have 50 and it is rain. If we check for temperature again that is rain, we have rain here and temperature is 25. If we sum both of them together, we're having what? 75. That's how we're able to get 75 here. It's going to come to the next one too. So in case you are wondering how pandas is able to sum, is that it will check your data itself. It's going to check your data. Any column that is containing numerical value, it's going to sum them for you. So that's why it's able to perform that function. So any column that it cannot sum is going to bring it as a column bender. Let's say, for example, now it cannot sum this date, right? And that's why I concatenate all the dates, the two dates that falls under array. Now, if you check this date here and the date here now, that's what we have here. So if you have another column too that the column is not numerical, you cannot sum them to get their grade. It's going to create something like this dates. It's going to create it here too for them too. So doing goodbye is just the same thing that we are doing inside our Excel. But main thing we should always remember is um Let me close this. So I want to close this thing off. Yes, I think it's highlighting my text. For us, we should always remember is we need to call the name of that method. Just the same way that we call for rename. Like when I showed us how to rename columns in our panda, same way that we are going to call for what? Group by. So when you call for group by, specify, okay, group by what do you want to group? Events, dot what, dot sum. So this sum now can be, it can be max, it can be count, the aggregate function, it can be mean, is it loading? Abi, what have I pressed? You should load me first. Abi, why is not loading me? Is it only some? What happened? Ah, so I ran this thing down now. It's showing us. Do I need to? I don't need to call it df10 though. But let me see. Okay. But I don't need to call it now. I'm expecting it to actually load that event back. Okay, yeah. So you can see we have this. So if it's I'm trying to do for me now, but it's not giving me results. Why? The mean is not actually low. It should give us, it should go p by mean because I'm never in an aggregate function field mean. I'm not running the aggregate function field mean. Okay, but I do count. Let me see, maybe count will work. Okay, the count actually works. The count actually works, but I don't know why the mean did not work. Because I remember in SQL, you can actually do your mean. DataFrame go pass an object mean. I don't know why the mean is not working. I don't know. But I'm trying to see maybe we can actually group it by me, but it's not working. But just for some, so far some is working, it's still okay. Shift enter. So that's just how we can make use of our group. And if eventually you want to do multiple what's it called, multiple columns. We want to group by multiple columns. Maybe we want to do, remember how we always do it in SQL, whereby you specify name, location, then you add some cells. So by the time you want to do your group by will involve your what, the two columns that you've called in your select query above. So same thing here too. So I saying that what group by what event and date aggregate sum. So if you execute this now, you can see how it's aggregating it for us now. You can see now date and also date, we have 50 here. Because we are grouping it by what? By events and the date. Event and the date. So if you're having more columns that you want to group it by. So that's that you'll be seeing more columns spreading out. And that's how go by works in SQL, in pandas rather, right? So let me see aggregate function here. If I'm putting, let me say I'm putting count here. Don't forget the work of that aggregate, like I showed us the other time. You can see it's giving us count now. Are we? Isn't giving us count? I'm not sure it's giving us count. I'm not sure it's giving. Is it giving us count? I'm not sure it's giving us count. On the 5, it's not giving us. Okay, it's not giving us count. I'm expecting it to actually, because we're actually making use of aggregate function. It should be able to accept more. Maybe it does not accept it. But let me test something here. Oh, I'm getting it now. Let me test what I wanted to test here. Once maybe it will work like this. It works now. What's not the difference between the aggregate function we're now having here? We should be able to pass more, because that AGG means that you can actually pass more values to it and it will run. I can't say though. Maybe it's not working. So this is how we can make use of our group by in our pandas. Yeah, let me try to pause for question. While I try to check if I have any other place that I have not shown us. Yeah, we can ask our question. So if there's any that is not clear.
All right, guys. If you have any question, you can ask. Now.
Okay. Okay. Since there's no question, this is another part for the group by too. I think I worked on too. So this one does the group by city and do the aggregate directly. So group by city by the value of the temperature. So it's checking. Let me see the data frame I'm working on, df8. Okay. So let me call the df8 here so that I can see how the data set looks like. df8. I need to be finding this. I'm having a lot of data frame. Don't mind me. Okay, so I think it's fine now. So if I run the query now, I think it should work. Okay, now, so this is what we are having. So I'm grouping based on my temperature value here now, but based on city, which means that it's going to check for your. Let me run it so that we can all see it. So let me put display here. Display. So you can display that by fire by force. Yeah. Okay, now, so this is what we are having now. So it's not good by temperature. If you check in now, we're having Abuja 134. So if you come to temperature now, find Abuja, we're having one Abuja here, 92, right? Another Abuja here. Where is Abuja again? This is another Abuja here now. That's for what? That's how he's able to give us 134 for Abuja. You know that the other group by that we did the other time, we could not specify the particular column that I want to group by. If you all remember, what's the name of that one that we just did self? That this group I just showed us now. I'm trying to see. Yeah, let me just search for it so that I can show us. Yeah, this one. You can see that this one, when I wrote the query, or is it code I will call it now, I cannot specify the particular column that I want to do my group by. Just like this one now. I just do my sum. So it's just giving me everything together. But writing it in this style, what is this one more? This thing is very long. So writing it in this style, I'm able to specify, okay, which particular column, am I what? Am I having it? Which particular numerical column? Yeah, let me use that term. That I want to what? I want to sum and aggregate it by the city. So I'm able to specify it here. They looks complex. That's why we have what we call here. This square curly bracket here is what actually doing the work. Just like dictionary. Yeah, let me just call it like that. Just like dictionary. So I call the name of the column here. Then I wrap up the list of all the parameters of aggregate function that I want to see. If you remember, this aggregate function actually takes what? Takes multiple aggregation. You can put in your sum, you can put in your average, your max, your mean. You can actually put everything inside it. So far, you are using your aggregate function at once. It's going to accommodate it. And some lambdas, I just think I googled this one though to do how to subtract mean and max. So not like I know this one to myself. I just have to see like, okay, how can I check for my max and my mean and subtract it? So this one is just like an example of range. You know what range is in statistics now? When you do your lowest minus your highest, right? Exactly what this lambda is just doing. So if you check, if you check this query now, 50. Now, if you check the highest temperature value that we have, what is the highest temperature value that we have? You check it here now for Abuja, highest temperature value 92, then we have 42. So if we do 92 minus 42 now, it should give us 50 here, as you can see now. If you come to Kano, towards Kano, here we have 45, we have 50. Yeah, I think that's all for Kano. So if you subtract 45 minus 50, it should give us 5. So that's how you get 5. This one that are giving us 0, who can tell us why it's giving us 0? Sounds maybe you are with us. Why is that one giving us 0? Somebody want to explain?
I think it's just the range between the
Yeah,
values.
so what happened is that our value is actually the same. If you check Ogi now, 87, and we don't have any other 87 again. So it's removing it from the highest. The 87 is the highest, the 87 is the lowest. That's how we actually able to get 0. So that's just it. So I will share the notebook with Mr. Topper. So he's going to share it with us, right? So that we can all like say, thank you, everyone. Thank you. It's not
All
having
right.
us. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Paul. It's a wonderful time having you here. So basically, from what we have seen so far, pandas basically